welcome back to my channel. It is Megan, and today I'm going to be doing an unhaul of the books that I read in April and I'm just not deciding to keep. I've decided that I'm only going to be keeping books that I'm quite sentimentally attached to or that have 4 stars or higher when I rate it, just because I only have so much space and I do want to keep rotating and making sure that the books that I have bring me complete joy. So the first book that is giving me complete joy to get rid of is Ready or Not by Meg Cabot. I really didn't enjoy hardly anything about this story. It was about a girl who is dating the president's son and they're deciding if they're ready or not for the next step in their relationship. The main character just was not my favorite, the plot was not my favorite, and the writing style was my least favorite aspect of it. So this is definitely just not my cup of tea all around, so this will definitely be unhauled. The next book I'm very happy to be getting rid of is Mirror Mirror by Gregory and Maguire. This was probably one of the most boring books I've ever read. I just did not understand what was going on. The text was so excessive and detailed. It just didn't make any sense to me, so maybe that's a me problem, but I just didn't enjoy it at all. So this will be going. It's a retelling of Snow White, but I don't really like how they did it, and the prince she ends up with is not what I expected, and it's just weird, and yeah. The next book I'm going to be unhauling is The Carrie Diaries by Candace Bushnell. I ended up giving this 2 stars when I read it. It tells a story of Carrie, and it's a prequel to Sex and the City. She wants to be a journalist, but she's still discovering her way to get there, and the relationships between the friendships and the boyfriend in this book are very toxic, and it's never really challenged or said it's wrong, so I just don't want to keep a book like that on my shelf. The next book is The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I gave this 2.5 stars. It was somewhat enjoyable, but the whole concept kind of got muddied for me when the old Henry met the young Claire as a naked man, and she was like okay with it, and the whole concept was just kind of weird to me, and so this will be going. The next book is Into Thin Air by Jon Krakauer. I didn't really have anything against this book, it's just not something I envision picking up ever again, so it'll be going to a better home. The next book was The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. I'm interested in picking up the sequel. It tells the story of a boy who was created to be a clone for certain reasons, and the book is about him discovering those reasons and what it means to be a clone and fighting the system of clones and everything like that. So it's a pretty good book. I just don't envision it being one of my favorite reads ever, so I'm passing it off to someone who can also enjoy it. Another book that I quite enjoyed, but I don't envision picking up or seeing it as one of the top books in my life, is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I really want other people to read this book. It was a great book. I don't really have anything against it. I mean, the ending could have been better for me, but that's just my personal opinion, but it was a really great book, and I love the whole idea of learning about 2 sides of the war from both perspectives. And that was a really cool concept, but I also want other people to read this book, so I'm going to be passing it along. And the last book I am unhauling this month is Before Marilyn by Astrid, Franse, and Michelle Morgan. This tells the story of Marilyn before she became an icon, and she was just the model at the Blue Book Agency. However, this focused a little more on the Blue Book Agency than Marilyn towards the end. All the Marilyn books, once I read them, I'll probably pass them along unless I have like a great attachment or love for them, just because I don't see myself picking them up in the future. It's definitely something I can Google if I ever need to look up again, and pictures are always on the internet, so these are just not something that I need to keep after I've read them. So not a lot of books, but a pretty good chunk of what I read in April is going to be unhauled, but that is all. Thank you so much for watching, but I will check in with you guys in my next video. Bye!